there everyone, welcome to my humble abode. Today we'll be reading a few terrifying, completely bone-chilling poems. I hope you're ready and prepared for them. If you enjoy this sort of content, please do like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Poem 1. The Owner of the Night. Interrogate whoever walks the shadow lane this hour, not reserved for you. Who are you to enter it? Orion's head over heels, above the road jewel belt. Flinting straight, flinting starlight to fuel two eyes looking down from the air. Beacons in reverse, since light pours in toward her appetite, until she wings her noiseless outline between our rooftop and the stars. Over this door and all the doors, hidden in the grass, streaming voles. Firefly provenance wasps in the palace, they've hollowed under the hill. Mole resting his face against his splayed hands. Perch, blink, pose, the evening's question. To the sleepless, where the moon, if there is one, scatters islands. On a field of ink, who maps this? The owner of the night looks down to the mirror and admits the hours. Before the upper vaults begin to lighten and recede. Did you hear what I said? A face looks down from the night. Did who hear me? Who reads this page? Who writes it? Next poem. All Hallows Eve. Be perfect, make it otherwise. Yesterday is torn into shreds. Lightning's thousand silver eyes rip apart the breathing beds. Here bones crack and pulverize. Doom creeps in on rubber treads. Countless overwrought housewives, minds unraveling like threads. Try lipstick shades to tranquilize fears of age and general dreads. Sit tight, be perfect, swat the spies. Don't take faucets for fountainheads. Drink tasty antidotes otherwise. You and the werewolf, newlyweds. Next poem. Because I could not stop for death. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. We passed the school where children strove, at recess in the ring. We passed the fields of grazing grain. We passed the setting sun, or rather he passed us. The dews drew quivering and chill, for only gossamer my gown, my tippet only to lay. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was barely visible, the cornice in the ground. Since then 'tis centuries, and yet feels shorter by the day. I first surmised the horses' heads were towards eternity. Context for the next story. The Windigo is a flesh-eating, wintry demon with a man buried deep inside of it. In some Chippewa stories, a young girl vanquishes this monster by forcing boiling lava down its throat, thereby releasing the human at the core of ice. Now let's get started with the story. Windigo. You knew I was coming for you, little one. When the kettle jumped into the fire, towels flapped on the hooks, and the dog crept off groaning to the deepest part of the woods. In the hackles of dry brush, a thin laughter started up. Mother scolded, the food warm and smooth in the pot, and called you to eat, but I spoke in the cold trees. New one, I have come for you. Child, hide and lie still. The sumac pushed sour red cones through the air. Copper burned in the raw wood. You saw me drag towards you. Oh, touch me, I murmured, and lick the soles of your feet. You dug your hands into my pale, melting fur. I stole you off, a huge thing in my bristling armor. Steam rolled off from my wintry arms, each leaf shivered from the brushes we passed, until they stood naked, spread like the clean spines of fish. Then your warm hands hummed over and shoveled themselves full of the ice and snow. I would darken and spill all night running until the last morning broke the cold earth, and I carried you home, a river shaking in the sun. And those are the last stories I have for you tonight. If your horror taste is not yet satiated, look for another one. Maybe like and subscribe. I'll see you later.